Modalities Movement Therapy. I'm Brenda, and today is week 19. We're going to be working with a foam roller in this workout. I have some water handy. We're going to work a lot on releasing the body with the foam roller and breathing into arch and tuck. So really focusing on that breathing. We want to focus on breathing through the nose and in and out through the nose. So we really want to activate that diaphragm and get as much movement around the diaphragm as possible, stretching and releasing all those areas of the body. Let's begin in standing, and you can bring the roller across the mat. Stand at the back of your mat and taking a nice deep breath in. Looking up, just drop the chin to the chest. Be aware of that movement as you slowly articulate through the spine, and keep the head down and just relax and bounce. Bounce from side to side. Getting that lower back and the hamstrings, the back of the legs, a really nice stretch. Just move the body from side to side, and the arms are just along for the ride, just bouncing down. Now you're going to breathe in, you're going to uncurl. Use that breath to help bring you up into that lifted position. Let's challenge the balance a little bit by taking the right foot forward, and I want you to again focus on that posture, opening up across the chest and squeezing the shoulder blades together, using those core muscles to stabilize you. So squeezing the glutes, breathing in, chin to the chest, articulate through the spine as you slowly tuck and roll down, bouncing there. Make sure the toes are pointing forward, and then you can slightly move from side to side. Just challenging the balance a little bit to use those stabilizers to keep you lifted. Stay there and just move a little bit more from side to side. And when you're ready, you're going to come back to the center, squeezing your glutes, breathing in. Uncurl through the spine and coming back up. Good. Let's take the other foot in front. And the same thing, keep the arms just relaxed at the sides and breathing in, opening up. As you breathe out, chin to the chest and roll down through the spine. Hang out there and just bounce. When you can, when you've got your balance, just rock a little bit from side to side, just taking the arms with you, and keep bouncing to hydrate that fascial tissue. Let's come back to the center, squeezing your glutes, breathe in, uncurl through the spine, and come up. Good. Bring the feet together, and let's just drop onto the mat. You're going to take the foam roller, and we're going to release the front of the legs, those quadriceps. If you can go over the knees, I'd like you to take the roller just underneath the knees. Walk the elbows forward if you need to, and then take them back. So you want to get from the hips all the way over the knees. A lot of fascial connections there over the knees. So if you can do it, it's a nice area to release. Now feel that release. Identify those trigger points. Find that trigger point. Hold it there. And I want you to share a little bit from side to side. So you're moving and releasing the cross fibers of the fascial tissue as well. You can turn the feet out slightly, working along the inner thighs, Drop the big toe onto the floor next to your mat and continue rolling. And again, a little bit of shearing motion from side to side. Now you can rotate the feet in, so you're working a little bit more onto the lateral side of the legs. And again, if you can go over the knees, do so. Keep rolling, keep rolling. While you're releasing, focusing on the breathing and adding a little bit of that shearing motion from side to side. Good. Coming off the roller, coming back onto hands and knees. We're now going to take the knife edge of the hands onto the foam roller. Keep the hips over the knees and just rolling out. Drop the chest down. And you're breathing in here. Bounce a few times. So getting a nice stretch across those pectoral muscles. As you breathe out, you're squeezing the glutes, tucking under and rounding the spine. This is your exhalation. And again, focus on breathing through the nose. Now, before you start rolling down, I want you to stick the bum out, and then you're going to breathe into that roll. Look at the foam roller. As you breathe out, you're tucking the tailbone, squeezing the glutes, rounding the spine, that ripple effect through the spine, and then the chin comes to the chest. You're exhaling there. Now open up and start your inhalation. And open up there. Bounce a few times, really stretching those pectoral muscles. And then come into that rounded position, exhaling. Let's do another 2. Stick the bum out. Take a nice deep breath in. Rolling out there. Bounce your chest up and down. As you exhale, tuck the tailbone under. Exhale, 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 exhale. Finish off with one more. And bounce again on your inhalation. Squeeze the roller, squeeze the glutes, roll the roller, tuck and round. Good. Uncurl and just roll the shoulders up and back. Let's come into a seated position, and we're going to bring the roller underneath the lower back. So just starting off with the roller underneath the tailbone. Have a quick drink of water. Let's lower back, so the roller is underneath the tailbone. We're going to breathe in and breathe out. Now on the next inhalation, I want you to breathe in an arch. So you're lifting that lower back off the foam or off the mat, and then on your exhalation, from the tailbone, tilt under, scoop the belly in, pushing the rib cage down. So you're activating those core muscles. The glutes are engaged and you're slightly lifting the tailbone off the mat. Now you're going to breathe in again and thrust the pelvis up to the ceiling. As you breathe out, you're going to bring the roller into the lower back and rest the roller underneath that lower back. Now we're going to bring one knee into the chest and the other knee into the chest. If you have any lower back issues, I don't want you to bring the knees over the hips. I just want you to hold the foam roller there and just focus on that breathing into arch and pushing the lower back into the roller. Breathe out to your tuck position. So you're breathing in, opening up, creating space, breathe into the space, and then the exhalation, pushing down into the roller. If you can, bring the knees over the hips, and you're going to rock the knees from side to side. Roll and rock. As you take the knees to one side, bring the head up and over to the other side. So if there is a lot of tension in the lower back and you prefer to do this without the foam roller, you can also use a towel and roll up the towel and just bring it underneath the lower back, so you're holding it a little bit in the tilt position. We're now going to bring the knees over to one side, and I want you to extend the bottom leg, and you're drawing a nice big circle with that leg. So continue moving into that. If you do have any tension in the lower back, you can bring the hand underneath the lower back and you continue the same movement, circling the leg around. So you've got those two options. Let's continue moving into that, stretching down, drop the foot and circle the leg back up. So we're giving the hip a nice release as well as those glute muscles there. Let's do the same thing to the other side. So you're going to rock the knees up and over and circle that bottom leg. And you can rest it on the mat. Bend, extend it out in line with the hip. And just move it around. Get a nice release right into that lateral side at the top of the iliotibial band that runs down the leg. Keep moving that leg around, extending it, bending it, and just releasing that hip area. Come back to the center, and again, just rock the knees a few times from side to side. Now we're going to come into a tuck position, so you're scooping the belly in. And I want you to take the foam roller and slowly, slowly massage over the lower back. Just keep your pants on. And let's open up. As you breathe in, the roller is just below the tailbone. As you breathe out, I want you to lift the tailbone and tuck again. And now slowly, using your hands, slide the foam roller down towards the tailbone. So giving that lower back a nice release. So everyone should be able to do this. If there is any tension in the lower back, you can bring your feet flat and do the same thing. Round the spine, engage the tailbone, tuck under, and roll, roll, roll. Let's finish off with one more. Tuck and tilt, and slide the roller right to the tailbone. Rock yourself to a seated position. Bring the foam roller underneath the neck. Stop and have a quick drink of water. So hopefully with all the fascial massaging and releasing, we're plumping up and hydrating the fascia. You should feel quite thirsty. Imagine that fascial tissue surrounding the muscles almost to be like a sponge, and when we massage it, making it thirsty, we want to plump it up like a sponge and protect those muscles underneath. Let's rock the head from side to side. So you bring that foam roller onto the occiput ridge, between the ears, on either side of the spine. And you can add a little bit of a shearing motion. At the same time, I'd try rock the knees drop the knees from side to side, and then looking over to the other side. So you're getting a little bit more range of movement into a rotational move, nodding the head side to side, and to the same side as the knees, you can add a little bit of shearing, and your hair is going to get in the way. We're going to do the same thing to the other side. So just working along that occiput ridge, bring the knees up and over to the other side, get a nice rotational movement and a little bit of nodding side to side. So I'm holding on to either side of the roller with my hands. So I'm opening up across the chest, getting a nice stretch over that pectoral area. And now you're looking to the same side as the knees, and you're shearing along that occiput ridge, along the base of the skull. Sometimes it's an area we carry a lot of tension. Come back to center, rock yourself up. That's an area we carry a lot of tension, headaches, all that kind of stress from the shoulders, all the way from that area along the occiput ridge. Let's bring the head into the hands again, and you've got the foam roller now underneath the shoulder blades. Make sure the weight of the head is resting in the hands, and you're going to breathe in. And as you breathe out, you're tucking the navel and bringing the belly button to the spine, tilting under. Let's do the same thing again. Take a nice deep breath in. Open yourself up. And as you breathe out, again, you're starting from the tuck, the tilt of the tailbone, and rounding, and then the head comes up. So you're really feeling the rib cage pushing down, and now you want to drop the tailbone, open up. Feel the rib cage expanding as you breathe into that diaphragm, pushing down there. And again, you tucking the tailbone under, the head stays nice and open, then you tuck, you exhale, drawing everything in and releasing all that breath. Let's do it again. Nice deep breath in, open yourself up. And on the exhalation, tilt and tuck under. And round that spine. Good. Keep going. Let's do another 2. Nice deep breath in. Open yourself up. Add a little bit of bouncing there. And then on the exhalation, tilt the tailbone under. Tuck, tuck, tuck. Exhale, 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 exhale. Good. Again, let's just open yourself up from the tailbone. You're arching. Breathing into that open position there. And then exhaling. Tuck, tuck, tuck and tilt, tuck and tilt. Exhale, exhale, exhale. We're going to continue the same movement. So we're going to add a lift with the feet. So as you breathe in, open yourselves up again. And on the exhalation, you rounding. Now finish your exhalation. Your feet should feel light on the mat, and then you tuck a little bit further into that exhalation there. Drop the feet. You're still in the rounded position. Once the feet are down, only then open up into your inhalation. As you exhale, tilt, tuck under from the tailbone, tuck, 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 tuck. And then only lift the feet off and drop the feet. Stay in the tuck position and open up. Let's just stop here, opening up, hold it in that open position and roll over the shoulder blades. So lift the tailbone and give those shoulder blades a nice release. You can move from side to side, just rocking the upper body, getting into all those areas around the shoulder blades, all those little nooks and crannies. Just release everything. Bring the tailbone back onto the mat and bring the roller a little bit lower down. So I want you to open a little bit more into that arch now. Head is still in the hands and you're taking the weight of the head into the hands. So keep the chin and the chest a little bit open, but yeah, nice apart from one another, and breathing in. Really open yourself up, bounce into that position. As you exhale, tuck, 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 tuck. Letting the feet float off in that tuck position again. Drop the feet, and from the tailbone, you're arching and opening yourself up. Bounce into that position. And then you're tucking, exhaling, 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 exhaling. Keep exhaling. And then you can bring the knees in, and let's just add a little bit of a bounce with the knees to the shoulders. So again, you can exhale a little bit longer. As soon as you need to inhale, drop the feet. Now breathing in, open up. Keep opening up, and a few bounces into that. And then exhale, 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 exhale. Let the feet float off. And you feel that contraction, and drop the feet. Breathing in again. Open yourself up. You want to feel that breath into the lower back as you exhale, exhale, exhale. Release it. Now the feet come up and pulse. Keep exhaling. 3 and 4. Drop the feet. Now you're breathing in. Open up. Bounce on the exhalation. Tuck. Let the feet float off and bounce. Good. We're going to do another 2. Drop the feet, stay in the tuck position, and again you're breathing in. Open up. Exhale. Lift and bounce. Keep exhaling. Keep exhaling. Stay in the tuck. Drop the feet. Now you can breathe in. Stay in this open position. Just let your breathing normalize. Take your feet on either side of the mat so you can bring them onto the mat. Now we're going to add a rotation. So we're going to drop the knees over to one side. If you can, take the upper body away from that direction. So you're getting a nice lateral and a spiral line stretch. There. Good. As you exhale, you're coming back into the tuck position. In the center, you're exhaling, you're exhaling, you're exhaling. Now you're going to rotate to the other side. Breathing in. Drop the knees over, upper body as far to the opposite side as you can get it, and then you're going to exhale. Do it again, another 2. Nice deep breath in. You're going to feel the roller rolling down. Just lift your bum and push back up. Open yourself up. Are you breathing into this position? Now you can exhale into that tuck. Let's do one more, then we're going to add on a nice deep breath in. Open yourself up. And exhale into the center. Rounding the spine. Let's now take the knees back to the other side. You're breathing in. Opening up. Now you're going to add a bounce with that back knee. So just increasing that stretch. On the exhalation, you tucking. Hold it here. Let's keep going with the exhalation. Lift the feet off the mat. Now keep staying in that tuck position. Drop the feet. Now we're going to breathe into the other side. And bounce that knee down. Let's open up and go into that exhalation. Now we go into the tuck, 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 tuck. And when you're in the center, let the feet float off. Drop the feet. Do it again. Breathe in into that spiral movement. Bounce that back knee. Now we're ready for the exhalation. Tuck into center. Let the feet float off the mat. Keep tucking. Drop the feet. Breathe into the other side. Open yourself up. And on the bounce, let's add that bounce. Sorry, forgot that. Let's come back into the tuck. Let the feet float off. Add a few bounces here if you wish. Drop the feet. Now you're ready for that inhalation. And open yourself up. And again. So really focusing on that contraction and that lift into the bounce. And drop down. Keep going. We're going to do another 3. Nice deep breath in. Open yourself up and bounce that knee. On the exhalation, tuck, 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 tuck. Exhale, 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 exhale. Feet float off, bouncing the knees. Let's do another 2. Drop the feet, stay in the tuck. Breathe in. Open yourself up and bounce. Come into the tuck, exhaling, 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 exhaling. Feet float off and bounce. Drop down, breathing in to the last movement. Bounce that knee. Now you're ready to exhale. Come back. And into that lift. 2, 3, 4. Good. And hug the knees and release. Sitting tall. Let's have a quick drink of water. We're now going to lie lengthways on the foam roller and just opening up across the chest a little bit. So roller right at the tailbone. And sitting tall, lengthening up, stretching. I want you to use the hands if you need to. Otherwise, you're going to make sure the roller is straight behind you. Otherwise, you're going to roll down with the arms extended. And as I say, use the hands if you need to. Otherwise, you're squeezing those glutes and one vertebra onto the roller at a time. Make sure your head is resting on the foam roller. Let's just lengthen out. Have a nice big yawn and stretch yourself out. Lengthen, lengthen, and a few little rocking motions from side to side. And bring the feet back onto the mat. And we're going to work the upper body a little bit. Let's bring the hands together, palms are together. And as we breathe in, I want you to flex the wrists. So the palms are facing the ceiling. Now you're going to open up. Keep the fingers in that flex, pointing down to the mat, and the wrists in that flexed position. And you're going to bounce the fingers down to the floor. Hugging the roller with the shoulder blades and opening up. So you're going to breathe in here because you're opening up. Lower back, you can lift off the foam roller. Now you tuck the lower back down. Keep the fingers parallel to the ceiling and wrists together. Then stretch the fingers up. I want you to do the same thing again. Breathe in, flexing the wrists. Now take the hands up a little bit higher if you can. Any tension in the shoulders, you keep the arms at shoulder height. Bounce and open up. So we're getting a nice neural stretch into the wrists and breathing out back into that tuck position. Heels of the hands together and fingers together. Now move into that arch, breathing in and wrists flexing still. And you're going to now move the hands up and down on that inhalation. Now ready to exhale, you're tucking and pulling the heels of the hands together again. You're exhaling here, you're exhaling. We're going to keep going. You're going to breathe in, flexing and opening up. Now bounce the hands down, move the arms around there. Ready to exhale, tuck, lower back down, heels of the hands together. We're going to finish off with one more. Nice deep breath in. And pulse, pulse, pulse out and around. And when you're ready for that exhalation, heels of the hands together and fingers together. Good, lovely. Let's stretch again. Yawn and move from side to side, pendiculate. Good, let's bring the feet back onto the mat, bending the knees, bring the elbows next to the body. Hug the roller with the shoulder blades, keep the palms facing up. We're now going to bring one knee over the hip and the other knee over the hip. So I want you to focus on your breathing again. So nice deep breath in. As you breathe out, knees tuck, and you're breathing in. So as we did in last week's routine, we want to keep the lower back pushing down into the mat, and now we're pushing down into the roller. Breathe in. As you breathe out, I want you to try tuck a little bit more. Tuck, 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 tuck. And again, nice deep breath in. Open yourself up, and you're going to breathe out into the tuck. Tilting and tucking that pelvis under. Good, keep going. Nice deep breath in. Lower back's pushing into the roller. Your elbows are supporting you. Breathe out. And tuck. Let's do one more in this position. Breathing in. And breathe out. Into the tuck. Any pain or tension in the lower back, you don't extend the legs. But if you can, we're going to move into that similar position to last week's routine. Breathe in, lengthen your leg out, lift it higher if you need to keep that lower back down. And as you breathe out, exhaling. Good, let's do it again. Nice deep breath in. Extend the leg if you can. Lengthen out. As you breathe out, you're tucking that a little bit more. So that keep the head on the roller for this one, so you're supporting that neck. Breathing in. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Again, nice deep breath in. And breathe out. Keep going. We're going to do 4 more. Breathing in. Exhale, exhale, exhale. 3 more. Breathing in. And exhale. Another 2. Nice deep breath in. And exhaling. One last one. Nice deep breath in. And exhale. Come into a neutral position, still pushing the lower back down into the roller. Now we're going to add a bicycle. We circle the legs, breathing in. And we exhaling. If you've got any tension in the lower back, I want you to bring your feet back onto the mat. You're breathing into arch. Breathe out to tuck, lower back stays in the roller, and then you lift your foot off, knee to the chest. Breathe in again. On the exhalation, breathe out, lower back is down, then you can let the foot float off the mat into that tuck. So that's your first option. Your second option is to continue. Let's breathe in. And exhale. So throughout this, your lower back stays on the roller. Breathing in. Bicycle the legs. Bring the knees together. Exhale. Again, nice deep breath in. And breathe out. Keep going, breathing in. And exhale. Breathing in. And exhale. Keep going, 4 more, breathing in. And exhale. 3 more. And exhale. Another 2, nice deep breath in. And exhaling. For the last one. And exhale. Bring the lower back into the roller. Release one foot, release the other foot. And have a nice big stretch. And yawn. Open yourself up. Bend the knees, bring the feet flat, and just bring the lower back onto the roller again. Hug your chest. Grab hold of those shoulder blades, and just a little bit of a rocking motion from side to side. So just releasing there. When you're ready, roll off the roller. Come into a seated position. Another quick drink of water. We're going to now come onto the inner thigh, so the medial line. Lying forward, I want you to bring one knee up onto the foam roller. Bring the other foot as wide as you can onto the other side of the mat. And just releasing the inner thigh. You can bring the hand onto the roller if you want to, or in front of the roller. We're going to do the same thing to the other side. So just roll around. Make sure that knee is in line with that hip. You can either rest the foot on the roller or bring it in front of the roller. Let's come back onto the knees and bring the roller between the knees. Bringing the hands underneath the shoulders. We're going to breathe into our arch and breathe out to our tuck again. So a nice deep breath in, we're opening up into that arch. As you breathe out, you're squeezing that foam roller, tucking and exhaling. Breathe in again. Open yourself up. As you breathe out, squeezing that foam roller, exhaling and tucking. Breathe in. Breathe out to tuck. Squeeze that roller. One more, then we're going to progress. Breathing out, squeeze and tuck the foam roller. Breathing in again. Breathe out to your exhalation. Now we're going to lift the knees and bounce for 2, 3, and 4. Drop the knees. Breathe in. Exhale, squeezing the foam roller, tucking and rounding the spine. And bounce. 2, 3, and 4. Good. Drop down. Let's do another 2. Breathing in. And breathe out into that tuck. And bounce. 2, 3, and 4. Drop down. 2 more. Breathing in. Breathe out. Squeeze. Tuck. Exhale. Bounce. 2, 3, 4. Finishing off with 1 more. Breathing out. Tuck and squeeze. And bounce. 2, 3, 4. Good. We're going to continue into that arch and tuck movement. This time we're going to extend one leg out to the side. And this is optional, but what I want you to try and do is bring your foot to the outside of the foam roller and onto the inside of that knee. So we're going to come into the tuck position, activating those inner thighs and those deep core line muscles as we squeeze the foam roller. You're going to keep the hands on the foam roller if it's there, otherwise you can just bring the fingertips onto the mat. So I want you to focus on the glutes, on those inner thighs, so try not to put too much weight into the fingers or the hands. We're going to breathe in and arch. As you breathe out, you're tucking from the tailbone, squeezing the foam roller and coming to that rounded position. Good. Breathe in and arch. Breathe out, squeeze the foam roller and tuck. Good. Again, nice deep breath in. Open yourself up. Breathe out and squeeze. Breathe in again. This is for 4. Breathe out, squeeze and tack. Breathe in and open. Breathe out, squeeze and tack. Let's do another 3. Breathing into arch. Opening up, so you're squeezing the shoulder blades together at the back, opening up across the chest. Exhale and squeeze. Let's do another 2. Nice deep breath in. Breathe out and squeeze into your tack. Let's do another 1. Breathing in and breathe out. Squeeze and tack. From there, keep the foam roller where it is and just bringing your fingertips onto, keeping your fingertips on the foam roller. That extended leg is going to come into a bent position and you're going to bring that foot onto the arch of the supporting leg. Keeping the fingertips on the foam roller, I want you to try and move them in front of that lifted knee. So you're in a tucked position again. Now you should feel the glutes on the supporting leg really engaging. You're going to stay in that rounded position and pulse the knee up for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's do another 2, 9, and 10. Good. Have a drink of water and we're going to move on to the other side. So same movement, focusing on that arch and tuck into the breathing. Knee and foot on the either side of the foam roller. Fingertips on the roller, breathing into arch. As you breathe out, squeeze. Good. Breathing in again. Open yourself up and breathe out into that tack. Squeeze that roller. Breathe into arch for 3. Shoulder blades together. Open up across the chest. Breathe out. Breathe in and open. Breathe out and squeeze. Keep going, breathing in and breathe out. Another 4, nice deep breath in and breathe out. Three more. Breathing out, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze and tack. Breathing in and squeeze and tack. Another 2 to go. Breathe out, squeeze and tack. Finish off with 1 more. And squeeze and tack. Weight into that supporting leg. Bring the foot into the arch. Bring the hands in front of that lifted knee. Pulsing that knee up for 10, 9, 8. Stay in that rounded position. Breathe. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. And release it. We're now going to come back onto the foam roller. Again, it's optional. If you prefer to work just lying flat on the mat, you can. And we continue with our arch and our tuck. So at the base of the foam roller, lower yourself down onto the roller. Make sure the head is resting on the foam roller. And we're now going to bring the feet flat, knees are bent. We're going to breathe into arch. You're going to open up the arms, and I want you to squeeze the foam roller between the shoulder blades. Breathe out into your tuck position. Then you're going to breathe into thrust and pulse the tailbone up for 2 and 3 and 4. Lower down through the spine. Good. Breathe in and arch. Open yourself up. Breathe out into the tuck. Breathe in, thrust. 2, 3, and 4. Lower down through the spine. Breathing into arch. Now, as you breathe out, I want you to bring the hands together. So you imagine you trying to pop a big ball. Now keep the hands there. Breathe in and thrust and pulse for 2 and 3 and 4. Lower down through the spine. Take a nice deep breath in. Open yourself up. And breathe out into that tuck. Bring the hands up, squish that ball. Breathe in and bounce for 2 and 3 and 4. Keep going. Slowly roll down. Breathe in, open yourself up. Breathe out into your tuck. Squish that ball. Breathe in and thrust. 2, 3, and 4. Breathe out as you lower down. Position the feet so the toes are turned in and the heels are out. And I want you to feel the different activations as we move into those positions. Breathe in. As you exhale, tuck. Squish that ball. Now breathe in and pulse. 2, 3, and 4. Roll down through the spine. Do it again. Let's breathe in, arch. Open yourself up. Exhale. Squish that ball. Breathe in, thrust. 2, 3, and 4. Lower down through the spine. Good. Let's turn the feet out. Breathe in and open yourself up. Breathe out into your tuck. Squish that ball. Breathe in and thrust. 2, 3, and 4. Lower down through the spine. Good. Breathe in. Open yourself up. Breathe out. Squeeze the glutes. Tuck under. Squish that ball. And breathe in. And thrust. 2, 3, and 4. Lower down through the spine. Breathing in. Open yourself up and exhaling. Squish that ball. Squish, squish that ball. Breathe in and pulse. 2, 3, 4, and lower down. Good. Let's lengthen out and have a nice big stretch again. Rock yourself from side to side. Side to side. When you're ready, roll yourself off the roller And just put the roller to one side. Let's rock around onto the abdominals. Stay on the elbows. Any tension in the lower back, relax your forehead onto your hands. Otherwise, we're going to cross the feet over, and I want you to bounce into that stretching, opening up into the hips, pushing. So using that top foot to push down, push down. You should feel a nice release onto those inner thighs, into the front of the hip. So we're in an external hip movement. 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Let's change and bring the other foot in front. Use that top foot to push the bottom foot down. Then you should feel the stretch predominantly in the front of that leg. Pulse down, pushing down. So don't let the hips lift off. Keep pushing down into the mat. Pulsing down. Keep going. 6 and 5. 4 more. And 3 and 2 and 1. Good. Uncross the ankles. Bring your forehead onto your hands and just wiggling the hips from side to side. Feel the movement up the spine, into the neck, over the shoulders, and then just relax there and breathe. Breathing in for 4 counts and out for 6. This is your first option. Your second option, I want you to bring the roller underneath the pelvis. So it's just below the hip bone, the belly button, and just on the hip bones, but a little bit slightly above the hip bones. And now you're feeling it opening up that lower back. So you might want to come a little bit lower down. So it is over the hip bones there. And then it's opening up into that pelvic area around the lower back there. And again, you're breathing. Can we do one more nice deep breath in for 4 counts? And exhale for 6. Hands underneath the shoulders, tuck. So you add an advantage because you've got that foam roller there, and push back up. Let's bring the roller there and just rolling a little bit over the forearms. Just relaxing into that stretch. Breathing in and uncurl through the spine. Roll the shoulders up and back. And swing the arms around the body. Come up to standing. Shake everything out. Swing the arms around the body. One last deep breath in. This time circle the arms and roll down through the spine. And just hanging out there. Bounce from side to side. When you're ready, come back into the center. Take a nice deep breath in. and curl. Well done, and thank you for joining me.